What's up, y'all? It's me, Erica. I'm trying to talk. I'm trying to talk to Charles. We talking about Potomac. Talking about how Katie and Giselle together is about to be a mess. A Cancer and a Virgo? Child, please. It's about to be a hot mess. They about to be a mess together. You know, Charles is a Cancer. She's a Virgo. Honey, that part when Katie told that lady, you are not, I would have told you not to get married. 5 days ago, I would have told you not to get married. What is going on, y'all? Nothing to talk about today. Just catching up, I guess we could catch up today on what's going on in the world. I really don't know. I heard Meghan McCain spoiled the Game of Thrones ending for Sunny, who is on season 4, I think, and then tried to come back and say, well, y'all should have watched it live. I cannot stand that girl. I can't stand people like her. Me and Craig were going back and forth. I was just like, I cannot stand I said, I cannot stand that cocksucking bitch. He said, well, we're not worried about the cocksucking. The cocksucking the cocksucking is okay. I'm like, okay, let me get focused. Let me get refocused. Fucking bitch. I can't stand Meghan McCain. I can't stand her. Why would you spoil it and then turn around and say, well, you should have watched it live? Well, I assumed everybody watched it. How would you have assumed that, you dumb bitch? How would you have assumed that everybody watched it live? What? Who? Where? Who does that where? When was the last time you caught ratings for something that actually aired live and everybody watched it at the same time? Come on, people don't do that anymore. People were dragging her ass on Twitter like, I work a separate shift with my husband and we like to watch it together. I avoid Twitter and da-da-da-da. I'm like, at least give it. To me, I feel like you should give a television show how long do you think you should give somebody to watch a finale of a television show? I'll give them into the middle of the week, especially if it comes on like a Sunday. What if Game of Thrones comes on Sundays, right? Or Saturdays, whatever. On the weekend, I do know. Sunday. So now you got people, you know, maybe they worked at night and they slept all day and they're going to watch it Monday evening. I don't know, with dinner, with their what, you know. But then you're going to turn around, like I said to Craig, that is like standing outside of the movie theater because you didn't like the way that the film ended. You didn't like the way it ended, so you're going to spoil it for everybody standing in line when you come out the movie theater. That shit is fucked up and it's wrong. And she knows that. And I know that people are really upset about the ending or whatever, but you don't, just because you don't like the way that something ended doesn't mean like you have to spoil it for everybody. Who the fuck do you think you are, bitch? Oh, I didn't know. I assumed. Why would you have assumed that? Where? Why? What would have given you that assumption that everyone was watching it live? And everyone can't watch it live, bitch. What the fuck do you think they made? What's the thing when it first came out? TiVo? Remember TiVo? You could record. That was a phenomenon, honey. They were like, you could record your shows and come back and watch them later. It was over. It was over. TiVo, remember TiVo? Now everything does it. DVR everything. So why do you think everybody's like, oh, I DVR'd it. I'm in the season now. You know that people are catching up. Like Sunny is watching it. She's on season 4. Luckily, I don't know who the fuck, who is who or what is what, or, you know, I haven't character developed enough for me to even give a shit. But I don't want nobody to end it for me either. Let me get over here. Aramark truck. You driving so damn slow. So she done ruined it for people. Heifer. Let me get this thing off my eye. Yeah. I can't stand people that do shit like that. Just because you don't like the ending, you gonna ruin it for everybody else. Fucking bitch. Meghan McCain gets on my nerve. Anything she do, I'm like, what's his name from Rational National? The Canadian dude who does the political little commentary every day. He can't stand Meghan McCain. I can't stand her either. I'm with him. Whatever fan club he got going, I'm with him. Look at Bernie Sanders over here. Y'all see Bernie Sanders? I wish I could pull up next to this man so y'all can see him. I wish I could pull up next to this Mazda so y'all can see this man. So what's been going on? So let's see. What's been going on? Shout out to all the adoptive parents and foster parents. You know, I have to give y'all a shout out because y'all be taking care of kids that people give up. You know, you know what? It's about to be an influx in about 3 or 5 years. You're gonna see a lot of people. There's gonna be a lot of adoptions and a lot of foster kids, a lot of white ones. If 60% of white women are having abortions every year, like Jane Elliott said, you got to keep those 60% from having abortions so they could repopulate and bring their numbers up to the majority. That's what she said. I believe it. So now these women, honey, they take them down by the lake. They take them right down to the lake. And we'll and then we'll run them in the damn lake and then blame it on the black man. Child, it's about to be a mess. Right in the center of the United States, where they're doing in the South, where they're doing all this shit. About to be a whole bunch of it's about to be a whole bunch of shit going on down there. Foster kids and stuff. You watch. Never mind the generation that's growing up with opioid addicted parents now that are not being watched. There's a whole slew of white kids not being watched because all their parents are addicted to opioids, and they out here at these little parties and stuff getting. I read these stories. There's a lot of predators out there, and they go to these parents let their children go to like these teeny bopper, you know, events like your parents probably did. Let you go to a little event, you know, for 13 to whatever, you know, little kid, you know, teeny bopper shit. And there's predators out there, and these kids go to these things alone, and they feel like they're together because they're all on social media too early, and there's predators out here. And I was reading this story about this guy in Arizona, some type of emo punk artist, but he is sexually assaulting 11, 12, and 13-year-old and 14-year-old girls. This is all happening in Arizona. Their parents are taking them to this guy's concert, and this guy is acting like, you know, he's meeting with the girls. These girls are kind of his groupies, but they're little girls. They're teeny boppers, teenagers. Preteens. And he is sexually assaulting them and raping them. Yep. And then they really can't they're not. I need to find it. I read it on Twitter a long time ago. It came up only twice. But this is happening like in Arizona. And the only thing that I could put together was like all these white kids, nobody is watching them. These teenagers, they out. The only thing I could put is that this opioid. The opioid epidemic, all these people addicted to opium. And their kids are just out here doing whatever and in danger, not being protected. That's going to happen again with this abortion shit. You watch. I'm so tired of talking about it, but you know, that's what's going on. That is what's happening. You know, the people were talking about Robert Smith yesterday, the millionaire who paid off the debt of the class of 2019 graduating class of Morehouse. Paid off all. He's promising for a grant to pay off their debt. 40 million, I think it was, 40 or 60 million dollars in educational debt. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy because they tell you this is what you need in order to compete, and then you competing against niggas who's mediocre as fuck. You done all this goddamn work and went all to these HBCUs and everything else, and these motherfuckers, their parents is buying their way into school. You competing with motherfuckers who didn't even test to get into the damn school. Ain't that crazy? Ain't that crazy? And we participate in that system actively participate in it. There's a lot of systems in this country that are fraudulent. I mean, like, really, like, there's a meme that was going around a long time ago, but it's true as hell. When they developed colleges and universities, who gave these people the right to determine what you needed in order to go to school there? And where did you get your degree? Who gave you the authority? a scholar. We need to do the research, because it's a meme saying, where did the person who created colleges and universities, where'd they get their degree from? It's so funny. A lot of the things that we participate in is like, it's fake. That's why the people be like, the Matrix is like, this shit is crazy. We get up in the morning, everybody is going someplace to produce something for another person that this other person can sell. It's just the society that we live in. It's weird. So weird. So what's going on? What did I see? I didn't spend much time last night. I was trying to catch up on Game of Thrones. I'll be trying to get the boys to bed. Hey, go to bed. Okay, good. Okay, so I can watch Game of Thrones. I put on Game of Thrones. I try to watch at least 2 episodes, but I'm stuck on 8. I keep falling asleep. I had woken up and saw Jason Momoa on the ground with his fine ass, with blood on his face. Oh, he's so cute. He's so cute, and that's a perfect role for him. He's so fine. Oh, Robert L. Smith. Is that his middle name is L? The man, he's married to a white woman. So the people are, I said that yesterday. Didn't I tell y'all yesterday he was married to a white woman? His first wife, she looks like she could be black. Her features, she has black features, but her complexion and all that other stuff, I can't really tell. I'm trying to look at the daughter. The daughter looked like she was black too, but I don't know. I mean, what are you gonna do? And somebody was like, "What did you expect?" I just find it. It's just a psychological conditioning that we just have to retrain and rebrand. Like Charlemagne said yesterday, we need to rebrand Jesus, because he don't get the credit he deserves. During the holidays, it's not about him. It's about Easter eggs, and what did he say? Easter eggs and bunnies and Santa Claus. He don't get the credit he deserves he doesn't get the credit he deserves. Jesus needs to be rebranded. That's what Charlemagne said. And it's funny because we talk about religion, and when he was saying, him and Angela Rye, I guess they have a podcast called Sibling Rivalry. They recorded, the video, it was on YouTube, but they didn't introduce it like, this is our new podcast. They didn't do anything like that. It was kind of weird. Angela was like, I don't know, the way she's relating to, almost is like she's younger than Charlemagne. I don't know. She's 40. He's only 38. So she's going to be 40 this year, she said. So is he 38 or 39? But she was kind of relating to him like she was a younger sister, and she called herself sister, and I guess they call each other brother and sister. So sibling rivalry. But they didn't make an announcement like, this is our new podcast or anything like that. But they were just talking about religion and like their intentions in the morning and what they do in the morning to make intentions on what their day is going to be. And that's, in every spiritual practice, intention is the foundation. What is your intent? I don't care what you're doing, good or bad. It's the intention behind the actual practice. So, she was talking about her intention. Then they started getting into religion. And that's when Charlemagne said whatever he said about Jesus being rebranded. And then she started talking about, he was like, well, for Easter, it's all about Easter eggs and bunnies. And she was like, no. And it's unfortunate, when I thought in that moment, is that they don't have enough religion education to vocalize and say the Easter eggs and the bunnies come from pagan traditions, right? And gods that during spring equinox that are revered during that time, and eggs and rabbits similar. See, and like, it's unfortunate that it's so weird to me that people haven't educated. They want to abandon their religion, their religious practices, and they know that our people were enslaved using Christianity. And I don't understand the awareness, the lack of awareness for a religion that you have been ingrained with. And maybe it's the lack of education comes from, this is just what we do and I'm just gonna blindly follow it. That's not something that I would encourage, because it's just like, if this is something that you believe in, and maybe I'm just a truth seeker, because if this is something you believe in, you have questions, right? Should you have questions? I always use the analogy of a kitchen and being in a restaurant and sitting at a table and food being placed out in front of you and you just eating the food and then regurgitating it and then expecting someone else to eat the food without you even inspecting the food, going to meet the cook, going in the kitchen to see what was this made with. You just eating the food and then you want to regurgitate it and make me eat it. You don't even know what's in it. You don't even know what you just ate. Because I feel it's unfortunate that so many people attribute an outside thing to successes, or that we can be such a spiritual people that anytime one of us make it or does something to become successful, we attribute it to their alignment with some type of evil entity, the Illuminati. They done sold their souls. So are you telling me in order to be a God-fearing person, you have to be broke down and destitute and struggling, and if anytime you're successful, you done sold your soul to the devil? Why couldn't my success be attributed to this thing that we believe in? No, because you have been taught that you will get your rewards in the afterlife and you need to suffer here. And that is the reason why it's so weird to have these feelings of morality with people who have sold you this religion that is telling you, suffer now, you'll get rewarded in the afterlife. And that's just what it is. For anybody to like, okay, Jay-Z, like using that example on with Charlamagne and Angela, Jay-Z and Beyonce are very successful. Okay, all of a sudden they're so successful. What did they do to become successful? They done sold their souls to the devil. But y'all, these religious people, you so religious, how do you attribute a massive success to being in alignment with what you deem as evil? Isn't that weird? Isn't that like a kind of like a weird kind of relationship to have with your religion, to believe? Like, I think it's weird. I don't know. But it was unfortunate for me. I thought it was unfortunate that people, our community, we really blindly follow a religion that enslaved so many, and then really like to know that my mother has a white Jesus in her living room. I don't know if she still has it now, but she has a white Jesus in her living room. This person looks like the same person who oppressed you or your people. You are actually praying to this person. You believe that this person is the deliverer of all your sins and is going to take you up into the sky and everything is going to be just fine. You praying to a white person? Why wouldn't you revere something that looked like you? Even if it was a black Jesus, at least have it symbolize you. Why would you pray to something that don't even look like you? And then let me shut up, because I don't want to offend nobody. It's just me thinking logically about things that are not logically discussed, you know? Because then, you know, you'll get the people who argue, well, it's religion, you're just supposed to follow it. Nah. You need to study, and that's why a lot of Christians get into arguments with people, because the person that they're arguing with then studied their religion more than the practitioner themselves have studied. So they know a little more. But trust me, they know a little more because they're studying, because they have questions. you're blindly, come on, girl. You're blindly following something. So anytime it's time to discuss it, you want to create a hullabaloo, as Sister Iyanla says. You want to create this confusion real quick about your religion so that you don't actually have to enter to a conversation that you don't have any education or the range to discuss. Something that you actually believe in and pray to. You don't have the range to discuss it. Ain't that about a bitch? Let me shut up. Oh, let me shut up! Y'all, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Shout out to Jesus. Come on. Shout out to Jesus, the carpenter. My opinions are my own. What else is going on, y'all? What time is it? I'm just cruising along. What else is going on in the world today? Let's see what's on the radio.
Find proven treatment.
Oh.
Buy the most beautiful
opioid commercial.
It is 65. It's 54 now.
It was an opioid commercial. Yes.
At Shane Company.
Yes.
All I gotta do is put my mind to it.
Hey. Okay. Sorry, I had to turn it off because I was about to get going. I know people be looking at me in my car. I don't be paying attention at all. Rarely do I even look. Do you ever notice? I really don't look to the side of me because I know people are looking. I think I'll be thrown off if somebody's looking at me. What is she doing? They just be smiling. Some people be smiling. I notice some people, like when I'm stopped, they'll notice, they'll see me on my thing and they'll move up. They'll keep trying to move up, trying to see it. Every time they move up, I'll move up a little slower. There's some documentaries I want to see on Netflix. They have some good stuff coming out. Haunting at Hill House is gonna come out with a season 2, but I have to finish season 1. It wasn't as scary as everybody was trying to make it seem. You know, people were saying they were passing out and throwing up. I was looking like, child, please, this is not scary. And I'm like, maybe I need to watch it again. And then my son was like, well, why did you give it a thumbs up? I'm like, well, because I don't want them to not recommend scary movies. I love scary movies. I just need to be scared. Like, I need to legit be scared. What kind of car is that? Oh, Corolla. These cars have changed so much. Anyways, what else is happening? Oh, somebody asked me about my plants. My plants are coming along great. I actually have a celery stalk that is going past what I actually was trying to. I was just trying to experiment, and it's growing and it looks pretty, so I put it in a pot, a celery piece. The leaves look pretty, so whatever. I moved some things that were propagating, some leaves that were propagating in water, and I moved them to soil. So, and then I have a sprout coming up for my lemon tree, and then I was moving the sprout from one place to the next, to another little pot, and saw another sprout, a lemon seed sprout. So 2 sprouts of lemon trees. They're not going to grow, of course, big, but I like the way that they look, like the lemon. And then the leaves smell really good too. Like lemon leaves and lime leaves, they smell really good. Really good. Use it in your food. Lime leaves in your food smells, and a lot of Thai food uses lime. That smell good. They do. What else? That's it. I don't have nothing to talk about. I'm tired of talking now. Anyway, what else is going on? I didn't look at anything. I didn't look at Love and Hip Hop. I didn't watch Love and Hip Hop last night. I'll probably watch it today, and then we could maybe talk about it tomorrow. I didn't watch it. I meant to watch it this morning, but not that bad, but I was. Child! Ooh, I got something to tell y'all! Okay, so listen. So, this girl, this is a work story. This girl, has attendance issues, right? She's pretty good. She could do better. She has areas of improvement. We all have areas of improvement. But she is very like, just give me what I need, in terms of like when it's time to ask for support. She's very like, just give me what I need, hurry up fast. But she has these attendance issues, and she hasn't been converted over into a permanent employee. And after 90 days, the person that she works under told her, you can look for a job anywhere, you can apply in this department, or you can look for another position in another department. She told everybody that who's in this girl's position. So the girl's been having attendance issues, and every time the girl is out for something, it's this elaborate, dramatic story, right? So she told the story the last time she was out of somebody. She couldn't find her kid, she couldn't find her daughter, as a young adult, couldn't find her daughter, ended up finding her in some city about 20 miles away. It was a possible human trafficking situation, and the guy was trying to take her and kidnap her, and they found her, and then all of this stuff. And so that is like dramatic like that. And stories like, and it made me question, after I heard this, it made me question all of the stories that she has shared with me. She has a thing on her wrist for carpal tunnel. I'm like, I don't believe that either. It's a bunch of shit. Anyway, so these stories are elaborate. So she was out Friday. On Friday, she told a story. She sent an email to her agency, and then the agency told the lady that is in charge of them. And she said, she said that she was going to be out. Turns out that the girl went for an interview at another one of our locations and called out sick that day. But when the supervisor asked her, so what happened on Friday, she started telling her this elaborate story and this lie, not knowing that the supervisor from the position she was interviewing for, which I don't understand why she didn't think that this would happen, called to ask, about her performance. How is she with her attendance? What does she know? How is she production? All of that. So the woman was like, so tell me what happened on Friday. So she said the girl started going into this long, drawn-out story, this dramatic-ass story. And she said, that's funny because that this happened to you, because they called me from the other building over there on Whoop Wop Street and said that you went in for an interview on Friday. And she was like, I didn't go in for an interview. Told her 4 times she didn't go in for an interview. So the lady supervisor, the supervisor Sagittarius, so she was like, let me tell you, bitch, she said, bitch, I acted like, oh my God, somebody stole your identity. They done went and applied for a job down over there. We need to find out who this person was, because the girl told her it wasn't her. So the supervisor started putting on a show. Lord, we gotta call security. We gotta do this. We gotta call, because she said somebody has your name on a resume. They said that they work for me. They were down there on Friday for an interview. I don't understand why the dummy wouldn't think that first of all, I don't understand why she would lie about going on a job interview, because the woman is not like that. She would have told her, okay, go for your job interview and be here at whatever time, whatever, right? I need people to be lying for the craziest things. So then after she left the room, she was like, well, let me go find out. I need to call security, because if you don't know who this is, you said you wasn't in on the interview, something is not right. So she said as soon as she walked out of the room, the girl, about 5 minutes, sent her an IM and said, I did go for an interview and this and that. So she said, well, why? I didn't think it would be okay. Why wouldn't you think, if the woman told you? So listen, now the girl's out of 2 jobs. They released her. They like, you lied. You gotta go. You can't work here. You lie. You're not reliable. And then even the supervisor from the job that she was interviewing for, her current supervisor was like, So you still want her? She was like, I don't want her now. She done lied about coming for the job interview and then lied to you 4 times about it. So now she's out of the job that she was in and the permanent job that she was interviewing for. I said, oh, you done fucked up the church's money. And the girl just bought a new car. I feel bad, but I'm just like, that was a decision. That's a lesson that you're gonna learn. Like, why wouldn't you just be honest and tell the truth? Why wouldn't you just tell the truth? I don't understand it. I don't get it. Girl, and we grown up in here. We grown. If you going for a job interview, she was like, I totally would have worked for her. And then the supervisor said, I would have even worked with her had she come clean the first time I asked her. Like, I'm giving you a chance. She said she lied 4 times. And then she said, then the story that she told was the same story that she told the last time she had an elaborate issue. She said, so you mean to tell me your daughter was almost sold into human trafficking and now your boyfriend's daughter was almost sold into human trafficking? And then like 2 weeks ago, she said that her grandson got mauled by a dog. The supervisor was like, girl, she was telling me, she was like, girl, she got a lot of shit going on over there. She got people being sold into human sex trafficking. She got her... She got dogs eating her grandchildren. When she said she got dogs eating her grandchildren, I fell out. Oh my God. These people be lying about the stupidest things. How could you lie? And why wouldn't you think that the supervisor from the new position wasn't going to call? Oh, but then here's the best part. She called the temp agency. The supervisor was like, about to cuss the temp agency out. Like, how you going to send somebody on a job and not tell me? And she was like, she didn't do that through us. The girl had gone through another temp agency and was about to get a job within our company from another temp agency. She didn't even tell the temp agency. So she didn't lie to the other temp. It's a mess. I said, oh, this is a mess. She's a good old liar, huh? Not good enough. Because now you out of 2 jobs, dummy. I was just like, and she just bought a car. She just got a car. She's about to get married. Nice girl. Nice girl. I don't know why your grown ass with grandkids thought it would be okay to lie about going to get a job interview. I gotta go. Let me go before I get in trouble. I said, when she told me what she said, girl, she got a lot going on over there. Her daughters is being sold into sex trafficking and her children are being eaten by dogs. The supervisor's so funny because when she's just funny because she be dead, her face be dead serious, but she kind of has like a little smirk on her face. She was like, girl, she got a lot going on down there. I said, the people's being sold into trafficking and her grandchildren are being eaten by dogs. Oh my God. I said, oh my God, your ass is crazy as hell. I can't believe that girl lied. Can you believe it? Why would you lie about something like that? I said, who lies to their current supervisor about a job at the same company? You don't think the supervisor is going to call the supervisor and say, hey girl, we got somebody from your department? And then even, because after she lied, she said she went to the lady and was like, well, read me what's on her resume. The girl's address, the girl's current job description, just a mess. I said, oh, why didn't you think? You must have not been thinking. There's no reason why. You've seen other people take positions and, I need to get my eyebrows done. Don't be all in my face looking. Let me go because these people is pulling in next to me and I don't want them all in my goddamn business. This Trudy done pulled up next to me. She's probably trying to offer me some carrot slaw with some fucking green bean casserole with the dried onions in the canister on the top. She pregnant. She probably drink cow's milk. Let me shut up. Bye. Bye, y'all. Take care of each other. Protect your energy.